Hey everybody, it is Ed. Today's video I came across, not that I came across, but I wanted to show something that I don't believe I've ever shown on the channel before. So just a little backstory. You saw what it is on the thumbnail of the video, but Ed Banja, this item, or items actually came from Ed Banja, and Ed Banja had basically worn many hats in the Elvis Presley camp. I think he's best known as being the photographer from 1970 to about 1975 is when he stopped taking pictures of Elvis. But back in 1973, when my parents were fortunate enough to meet Elvis and had this picture taken, this picture was taken by Ed Banja, and that's how my parents well, around this time is when my parents first met Ed, and they became friendly with Ed, and their friendship lasted until, unfortunately, Ed's untimely demise a few years back. Here's another picture of my parents with the Colonel that was also taken by Ed Banja. Now, all right, so Ed also, actually, there are parts of, I believe it's Elvis on Tour, where you see the back of Ed Banja. He's wearing the blue jumpsuit with the big EP on the back. Actually, you do see his face at times as well in the movie. I think he's putting sheet music on the racks and whatnot, and pushing the, one of the big carriages. But anyway, so, like I said, over the years, they kept their friendship, and there were times where Ed would visit us, and we went to visit Ed in California when he lived there. And so in the 70s, Ed had basically given my parents, a bunch of these Backstage passes, and these were mostly unused Backstage passes. We also got this from Ed, which was made for, I guess, musicians and whatnot. Actually, it looks like I gotta fix it because it got whatever, but I'll go in there and fix it up. But yeah, that was given for special guest artists. So there's a picture of Elton John wearing one of these when he went backstage to see Elvis. I think John Lennon also wore one. For all we know, this could have been worn by either Elton or John Lennon. I have no idea. But yeah, so we have those Backstage passes. Now, this particular Backstage pass that I'm about to show you was actually worn by Ed Banja, and it was worn during the concerts for Madison Square. Let me move my finger from that part. From Madison Square Garden on June 9th, June 10th, and June 11th of 1972. There were 4 concerts altogether. June 9th was an evening show, and then on Saturday, June 10th, it was an afternoon show, and then an evening show, and then Sunday, June 11th, there was an afternoon show. And hopefully you can see the writing on here, but that is Ed's writing marking this particular pass. And yeah. Now, do I have a letter of authenticity from Ed? No, I don't, unfortunately. But, not that we would ever have made him write one anyway. So, look, it is what it is. You can believe me or you cannot believe me. I know majority of my viewers have faith in what I show and what I tell is truthful. I just, there are those few detractors out there, but whatever, regardless. It is what it is. However, yeah, this is the real deal. This was worn by Ed Banja. Now, you're wondering, well, if it was worn, how come the sticker wasn't taken off? Because actually it was initially in a holder, I don't know if you're going to be able to really see it, but you can see there's a staple through this one. And this was during the April tour, but it's in a plastic sleeve, and there is I want to say a safety pin, but a pin on the back that you would pin it on your shirt. So this was initially in that type of a holder. And of course it was taken out and wrote on the back when it was used. So there you have that story. So yeah, this was used by Ed Banja at Madison Square Garden by Elvis Presley concerts, and all four of them. And yeah, it's pretty cool, and I'm happy to have it in our collection and for it to be a part of it. So I thought I would just share that with everybody. All right, and if you would like, you can leave me a comment. I appreciate you all watching, and as always, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Take care, everybody.